Pretty exciting 2016 ahead of you in the Mazda racing program with Speed Source, 2 prototypes in the IMSA WeatherTech Championship. A little bit different from what we saw with those 2 prototypes last year. Tell us what's different, and especially that little heart in the back of the prototype.
Well, Marshall, it is different. We announced yesterday the Mazda MZ 2.0T. We're very excited about this new power plant. It's a 2-liter, 4-cylinder, single turbo, really an all-new engine. We have developed a 2-liter, 4-cylinder engine for prototype racing back in 2006, all the way through 2013. The difference here is really all new everything. New block, new head, new fuel rails, a lot of new strategies. It's direct injected, which is probably the biggest difference in that previous motor. So we tried to repurpose some philosophies and technology from 06, but this is really an all new piece. There's a lot of interesting strategies in this engine. The first is 4 2-to-1 exhaust. That's also, ironically, part of the philosophy around Mazda road car engines. It allows more efficient fuel burn, which we're excited about. Certainly in a long-distance race like this, fuel economy comes into play. The anti-lag strategies, so when the drivers come off a corner, they get back on the power's there. The turbo does not need a lot of time to spool up, so that helps efficiency, especially through the infield sections of the track. And that same philosophy also goes into a lot of our road car strategies. So while we're not utilizing SkyActiv technology like we used before directly, a lot of the philosophies and the thoughts behind them are the same.
Continuity is big if you look at the drivers. Different numbers though, a little bit of significance in car numbers too. Maybe tell us about everything you've carried over and any of the interesting changes.
The 2016 Mazda Prototype program has a lot of the same things, but it also has some new faces and as you pointed out, some new numbers or a rebirth of an old number. From the driver's side, as you know, we have the Mazda Road to 24 and we have the Mazda Road to Indy. To bring all those things together here is really meaningful. To have Spencer Pigot, that just won an Indy Lights Championship, has been with us through all the steps of the Mazda Road to Indy. To have Joel Miller, who's also from Open Wheel. To have Tom Long, who racing Spec Miatas 5 years ago. I mean, that's really special for our program to see the grassroots foundation producing the cream of the crop, and that's what you have in both cars. And that's validation for me and for our executive team that the process is working. I think also what's really special for me, remember the 1991 Le Mans race like it was yesterday. We were able to grab the number 55 back, and 2016 represents the 25th anniversary of that victory. So we're going to try throughout the year to pay homage to that with podiums and race wins, and maybe some unique other ways to represent that special victory that means so much to our brand. Ironically, Mazda's never stopped challenging philosophy was so true during that 17-year run to Le Mans victory. And I think what you see here with the 2016 program is the processes that were put in place, the drivers working on the chassis. Now that we have what I'd say is a complete package to go out and fight for race wins, that's going to be a huge validation, a huge relief in a lot of ways to a lot of the people. We put so much into getting things right. Now we can go out and fight up the front.